Hi friends, welcome back to Arc Tutorials. Today we are going to explore and learn about how to automate our content workflow tasks. One of the most important, I would say one of the most crucial step, especially when you are dealing with content. Content moderation with modern day applications is extremely challenging, is extremely difficult, and for the reasons that content can be of any type. It needs to be thoroughly checked, it needs to be thoroughly automated, it needs to be thoroughly verified. That's where Filestack comes into picture. Filestack allows us to create automated content workflow tasks through which a lot of the processes that goes behind verifying content, allowing content, and in fact working with a large set of data or content is made available easily. Let's get started. Before we learn about the Filestack um, automation workflow tasks, it's important to understand some of the basic things. What exactly is Filestack? Filestack is a cloud-based service that provides developers with tools and APIs to handle file uploads, transformations, and delivery. If you work with any of the projects, any of the clients, let's say a media company, a publishing company, or an edtech startup, or any of there where you want to work with content, that's where you need to make sure that the uploads are done, they are transformed, metadata is extracted, verified, flagged if necessary be, etc. Some of the main functionality and features of Filestack are file upload. Of course, you can upload it to cloud storage of your choice. It can be Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive. Even Filestack has its own cloud-based service. File transformation allows on the file manipulation of images and other file type. File storage stores uploaded files securely in the cloud, ensures it has a strong and reliable and fast global content delivery network. File management, we can upload the files, we can manage the files using listing, deleting, updating metadata, and much more via open APIs. Now let's talk about content moderation at scale. Now content moderation at scale using Filestack involves leveraging its API and built-in capabilities to automate the process of reviewing and filtering inappropriate or unwanted content. This is extremely important in current modern day applications. With so much content being created, you do not want any inappropriate content to flow by or pass away. For example, I'll give you a simple example of image moderation. Let's say you go to modern applications where files get uploaded, but you don't want any nudity, you don't want any violence, or you don't want anything featuring guns, drugs, etc., or offensive language for that matter. Those things can be detected right inside images, and then hence they are flagged and removed to keep the platform and the application safe and secure. It also provides with video moderation, which means it scans video content for inappropriate scenes or languages. Text moderation. Let's say there are comments which are harmful, which are dangerous, which are provoking. All of that can be moderated if they are right inside documents. Filestack can also work and can integrate with other third-party moderation services like AWS Recognition, Google Cloud Vision, and others. Real-time moderation processes and moderates content in real time during the upload process. So when you are uploading the content which can be of image, video, content, text, can be moderated easily. It also provides with strong reporting and analytics. Now let's talk about how do you implement workflows in Filestack. It's straightforward. They have an API that we can ensure and start using, but the basic outlines I'll give you. You define your workflow requirements, you configure the file uploads, that means what type of content should be handled and what's the file picker and uploader that you would configure at the client end. Once you have done that, then you would do a automated processing. Processing is nothing but where you take the tasks and do steps like video encoding, text extraction, or image transformation. Once that step is done, the next thing you do is the content moderation. Now, content moderation is where you check for appropriateness. That means if it does the content pass all the checks that we have defined. We can also define conditional logics that we want based on our content, like say if it's a PDF, it's an image, it's a video, what you should be doing. We can also integrate with third-party services like I mentioned earlier, or configure the storage solutions to where you want to store it. Last thing, you set up notifications and alerts for reporting and whenever let's say a content is uploaded successfully, processing errors or moderation flags. Now, how do you test the workflows at scale, right? We are talking not about one or two files, but a large set of data files. So we can start by defining our test scenarios, setting up the test environment, creating the test files, pickup files which has a large set. Out of the large set, you can have some set which has this um, data which needs to be flagged, which needs to be, let's say, give negative data, let's say inappropriate data, and you make sure that that's been triggered. Basically, the moderation rule should be triggered, like for example, inappropriate images, offensive text, etc. So in all, when you work with Filestack, you can basically automate the entire workflow tasks, which is the most powerful thing in today's world, especially when you're working with the large set of content and so many users. Under products, you go to filestack.com. That's the that's the company, that's the brand that offers products which includes workflows. So once you go to workflows, you can see that it's an automate content workflows into a single API call. An example is given here. You trigger the API, it extracts the metadata, it will know if it's an image, PDF, video, etc. You can do tagging, you can store them, you can do much more things. A quick run run a workflow API and you can streamline all the steps. Let's say copyright check, gun check, nudity check, all of this can be done with one single API call, and that's pretty easy to use, can be integrated into any web application that you're working with. It can be React, Angular, custom CMS, it can be Ruby on Rails, .NET, or any complex existing application. You can also do other stuff like image cropping, etc., tagging. Now this is where it's a use case that it shows that uploading a homework assignment, it can be a Word document, it can be PDF, etc. Virus scan is done, plagiarism check is done, images is check for safe. That safe is nothing but nudity, vulgar, violence, provoking, etc. And then you finally store it. There are a lot of use cases, especially if you take tax preparers, right? You have all the receipts that come in, it can extract them, it can determine if it's a W2 1099 other, extract the details and then tag them accordingly. Dating apps, I mean, one of the most common things nowadays, when you upload your profile pictures, make sure that there is no gun that is displayed, make sure that the background is not blurred, make sure that it's not having nudity, make sure that it's not having violence. So all of this tagging can be automated, and that's the best part, that all of this can be done using a single API call. So you can transform, you can convert, you can optimize any file, any image at go. All right. And how do you use it? You just use it like this and you will just make a call. All right. Now this is where you do execution of the workflow by just calling one single API. Once you have done that, all of the steps will be auto triggering. All right. Again, it says that it can be done it in couple of seconds, which is fine, which I have worked earlier. You have a workflow, you can easily integrate. But having said that, when you work on real complex project which requires a lot of content based steps, you need to make sure that all the things are thoroughly captured, processed, transformed, and verified. So tagging of content, extracting of data, metadata, all of this is extremely crucial for a media company when working with content. So next time you're looking for an easy way to integrate something of a workflow steps in your application, you should be selecting Filestack. Let's talk some of about the pricing. Again, this is not for an individual plan because these are really complex steps, requires a lot of cost involved, and it essentially is for businesses which are serious about content moderation. Also, we are talking about content moderation at scale. All right. So that being said, if you want to just start, the basic plan starts at $69 and it has a free trial that you can connect with and start. You can see the details of bandwidth, how much bandwidth is available, how many uploads we are talking about, how many transformations we are talking about, and how much storage we are talking. That being said, if you are someone which is a growing company and looking for a large set of uploads, start with grow and then you can eventually transform into scale. And if you are a really global company which has a lot of upload requirements, you can talk to them by contacting the sales team. That was about the plan. You can see all the features that are available here and you can go through them and you can check it out as per your requirement. Talking about the developer aspects, you can see it integrates well with JavaScript, React, Angular, Python, Java, and PHP. So basically that covers the entire web application stack that modern applications are built on. Easy to integrate. You can come down to the developer section and you can start using the documentation to start integrating. It has everything that you need to get started and start integrating. You can see a quick start, you can see the step-by-step guide, and you can start using it. All right, that's all I need to tell you and inform you. And as a user, as a someone who is trying to review, as someone who is trying to assess the feasibility of it, I would say start with the basic integration of Filestack, define the work steps and the workflow tasks, and make that API call. Do let me know what you think about Filestack, one of the most powerful ways to automate your workflow tasks. Thank you so much for joining in this episode. I'm sure you will enjoy, I'm sure you will like Filestack. Do let me know your views in the comment section for our community, and we'll see you in the next episode. Till then, happy exploring apps. Thank you for joining. See you.